So why these cops shooting down black people? Because they misunderstand. A lot of times, most black people, on the average, are not going to hurt the police. It's too hard of a charge. You can almost get the death chair just for doing that. You can almost get killed by the government for killing a cop. And most criminals know that. They're not going to kill a cop easy as you think they are. But yet they so scary because they don't know they don't know the black people. They're out of touch. And they just go by what the statistics say, and they keep looking at this in this neighborhood and that neighborhood, and you looking at all this what the chief of police is telling you about this neighborhood. So when you finally go over there, you scared already. You already scared because you heard of how many people got killed over there. You heard about how much shooting over there. So as soon as you go over there, you ain't even hesitating. See, what you need to do, cops like you need to join the army. That's what you do. You want to kill people? You want to shoot people? You need to join the military. You shoot all the people you want. You shoot all the guns you want, and you shoot all the people you want. You get all you want. And that's the truth. But you don't have the courage to go and join the military. That's the truth. You want to shoot people? You want to see how it feels to shoot someone and kill someone? Then you need to join the military. If you're that type of person, but you're not going to do that. What you're going to do is stay right here and act like you're a soldier, like you're on the battlefield right here. You're not on the battlefield. In fact, the last thing that should be happening is you shooting someone. You're the police. You're supposed to be able, you are supposed to arrest people and make them serve their crime. Not shoot them and they can't serve their time. You're supposed to arrest people for breaking laws. Let's keep it foundational. You're not supposed to be shooting a gun. Let's get back to what it really is to be a police. To be a police, you are only law enforcement for anything. Stealing chips, cutting down trees that you shouldn't be, and doing all kind of stuff with that you should, cutting down stuff and doing stuff, killing animals you shouldn't be killing. You are just an enforcer of the laws that are made. You're not a soldier. You're not a shooter. Shooting is the last result that a person that is enforcing the law should be doing. You're enforcing the law. So whether it's somebody that parallel double parked or someone that parked in an illegal place, stuff like that, you handle all of that. Let's understand that. We get so used to the big crimes, we forget that police handle the most minute stuff. Okay, you got somebody that's just walking down the street and they kind of like keep dancing off the sidewalk. Okay, you kind of pull over and tell the person that they kind of you don't arrest them. You tell the person to be careful and safe because you kind of out here in traffic, and you keep it pushing. You don't try to over investigate the person. Just let them be. That's, to me, that's how it is. Because whether they're gonna die, that's on them. You just check them out. You don't gotta search them. That's what some jerk cops would do. Oh, he's drifting all on the sidewalk. Let's search him. You got anything in your pockets? You don't need to be doing that. That's what you be doing. That's exactly what they be doing. If somebody was halfway out off the sidewalk and the police seen him, they gonna get out the car. Hey, sir, you're almost in traffic. Why don't you come over here for a minute? Let's see if you got anything in your pocket. That's the next thing they're gonna say. You know them. That's how they are. You got anything in your pocket, sir? Come on, sir. Come over here, sir. But then you ask them, what did you do? And that, man, come on, I can't make this up, man. You know, it's cops that are that will do that, and the bottom line is this, man. We're all humans, and at the end of the day, we gotta show each other respect. at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? And respect is a two-way street. You know what I'm saying? You put your pants on just like I put my pants on. You know what I'm saying? You take dumps in the toilet just like I do. You know what I'm saying? You wipe your butt with tissue or you take showers and wash your butt like I do. You are in need of water like I need water. You are in need of food like I need food. So how are you superior to me? You're not superior to me. You have to take dumps just like I do. And to me, taking a dump is the most humble thing that a human should feel. You still got to wipe your butt. It stinks. It's a humbling experience. And some people never think about it that way. You got to wipe all up in your butt. Wipe all that doo-doo out your butt. It's a very humbling thing. And it should make you humble as a human being. But yet, some people, they that narcissistic. They can sit there and take a million dumps and still can't see they're human. Still can't see their human nature. But this is life, you know? And I'm trying my best to maneuver through it the best way I can so I don't have any collisions, you know, and try to progress every day. Try to be a better man every day. You know, some days are easier than others. Some days are harder than others. You know, but you have the right to be human. You have the right to be imperfect. You know, I am not one of those Christians that uh, think that perfection and Christianity is one and the same. You know, there are people out there like that, and some of them never did anything wrong, so they don't even know what it is to do these things or to have these feelings, whether it be to smoke, to drink, to have sex. I mean, you've never really done it, so it's easy for you to sit back and judge someone that's doing it because you don't know the pleasure of it, you know. But when you know what it is to be human and to live in darkness and in light, then you can. It's not required. Understanding is foundationally required. You can easily understand what we call life. And some people can see where you're coming from. They just don't like you. You forget about that too. There's people they really, if they wanted to understand and you gave them $1 million, they'd be like, yeah, well, I understand that. You done gave them $1 million, then now they understand. So sometimes the misunderstanding only comes from you can't do something for certain people. You can't do nothing for them. So they just choose to feel the way they feel. But if you do something for them, they got all the understanding in the world. Oh yeah, I understand that. Black people don't have the right to don't got a pass to play with other black people or disrespect stranger black people that they don't know. They don't have the right to do that. Yeah, I understand that, bro. You right. But if I ain't got no money, oh, look at him. If I ain't got nothing to give you, oh. See, you really know, they say it goes true with the saying of, you really know who your friends are when you can't do nothing for them. You really know who love you when you can't do nothing for them. You really know who love you when you ain't got nothing. Because people got all, like I said, all the understanding in the world when you can do something for them. You can do something for them, they understand it all now. They understand everything now. because you can do something for them. That's all they're thinking about. That's why the poor man is the most less listened to man, but he has the most wisdom. He sees life. He sees everything that's going on. Poor men are on the level of struggle with humans. They understand the struggles of human beings, and they have a lot of wisdom that people will not listen to because they're poor. When you're rich, people feel like, well, I'm listening to this person because this person got something. So whatever that person is saying, I'm listening because it worked for that person. Not necessarily. They may have gotten an inheritance. They may have just gotten an opportunity being in the right place at the right time, and it ain't really the equivalent of the wisdom that they have. It ain't really because they are so wise. They just happen to be in the right place at the right time. It ain't just because they just so smart and intelligent. They just happen to be in a place to receive an opportunity. But yet, and then they are able to capitalize on that opportunity and monopolize on that opportunity. And you take it as this person is the oracle of wisdom. And maybe not. Maybe so and maybe not though. But I'm the type of person, I will listen to somebody that's poor. I'll listen to somebody that's rich. I'll listen to somebody that's in between. All of that. But culturally speaking, most people will not listen to a poor man or woman because they feel like, well, with all the wisdom you got, why you ain't got nothing? If you so smart, why you can't figure your situation out? And that's just how some people feel. But if you listen, if you're intelligent, you can still tell what this person is saying is right. And right matters. You still can tell, okay, I ain't never heard that before. You know what I mean? I ain't never heard that quite put like that before. That's what wise people do. Wise people listen to other wise people. Wise people know how to sift and glean, if that's the right word, for wisdom. They know how to get it. Just like someone pans for gold in like a river or something, they're able to hear all the words a person is saying and have a pan and shift all the rocks, and they can still find the gold out of what somebody is saying. And then you got some people, they just brown nose rich people. That's all they want to listen to. That's all they respect. That's all they. The poor man can show you what doesn't work. He can show you what doesn't work. That's wisdom too. The rich man can show you what does work. The poor man can show you what doesn't work. Two different types of wisdom. You can learn from both. Okay, I was just about to do what he did. I'm glad I talked to that poor man because I look at his situation. I was just about to do the same thing. I was about to invest in that, and he's on the streets because he invested in that. Then I could talk to the rich man, and I was just about to invest in that, and he already did, and he got rich. So that's what I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying? But culturally speaking, people don't have the discipline to listen to poor people. They don't. They don't have the discipline and they don't have the patience. They don't want to listen to somebody that's poor. They don't have time, but they'll listen to a rich person for hours. They'll pay to listen to this rich person. They will pay them money to go to a seminar to listen to a rich person. Like Susie Orman, I'm not judging. She's good. They'll go and listen to Susie Orman. They'll pay money to do that. They'll pay money to listen to these financial moguls, you know. But a poor man, they like, oh, get out of my way, man. Or they may just listen and just say yes, yes, yes. But they're thinking in the back of their heads, how pitiful their situation is. How can they be possibly talking to me about wisdom? But like I said, you could look at the mistakes he made and draw wisdom from that. So see, either way it goes, you can listen to everybody. You can listen to the fool and know what not to do. Because if you just listen to rich people, that might not be enough. You might need to listen to the poor man or poor woman that's out there that for marriage reasons. They may have something to say to you about marriage because they've been married, and you've listened to rich people and they ain't got it. You listen to all these other people and they ain't got it. And you listen to this one poor person and they tell you something about listening to the spouse or quality time, date night or something like that, right? And you never thought about it from the angle that they put it at, and it changed your marriage. It changed everything about your life. So the wise man, he listens to everyone. He listens to the rich, he listens to the poor, he listens to the heathen, he listens to the preacher. You know what I'm saying? That's what that's what the wise man do. He listen to everybody. Because then you figure out how all of this goes. You figure out how it all goes. And you can't get it from one walk of life. We have to. The wise man has to listen. The wise woman has to listen to the world. They have to listen to humanity in order to understand the problems and to have the solutions. You can't have solutions for half of humanity. That's what white people are doing in America. They have solutions for white people. They got jobs for them. They got, all this stuff for them. But they don't have solutions for the other part of humanity because they don't listen. They don't listen to the people. They don't listen to poor people. Politicians do not listen to poor people. That's what they go and take pictures with poor people. They take pics with poor people, but they do not listen. Obviously not, because they're not meeting the demands of the people. The first thing you need to learn, America, is stop trying to make everybody work. And I know it may sound stupid, but stop trying to work everybody. What you need to do is house everybody. And I don't care if it's a little studio, at least stay off the streets. And if they're healthy enough, they're going to go work anyway. You don't got to tell nobody that's healthy and want to work to go work. They're going to do it anyway. But sometimes life can deal you blows where you need a break. You need a break from the world. It doesn't make you weak. It doesn't make you disabled in any form of fashion. You just need to abstain from the world, from the community. And some people don't understand that. So you house everybody. And when they're ready to go back to work, when they have taken a break from the community and humanity, and they're ready to go back to work, they're going to do it naturally. They like a bird that wing heals. When it's ready to fly again, it might be in that same tree, and then when the day comes for it to fly, it's just going to take off. It's just going to fly off. But the world does not tell you it's okay to take a break from working in society. They don't tell you that. And these politicians are not as good as they think they are with dealing with human beings. There's some things internally within people that that politics are not touching on, and that's why the society is the way it is. They're not touching on the human science part. It's important to touch on it. You got to. That's what people really want to hear about. When they listen to these leaders, most humans are ready to hear something that changes their life or something that is profound said. That's what they're waiting for. That's exactly what they're waiting for. They're waiting for them to say something intelligent, wise, something they can walk away with. There's most human beings love that kind of situation. You know? So we lack those type of individuals in our community now. Like, I'm not a politician. People think that if you think that because I'm talking about these laws and everything, that's justice. That's exposing the truth for what it is. But to just say I am a politician per se, no. I am a spiritual leader. I am a spiritual warrior. You know, I am a teacher. I'm not necessarily a politician, you know, involved in politics or applying myself to politics. Just like, okay, like Malcolm X. Malcolm X was not necessarily a politician. A lot of people don't know how to define Malcolm X. He was not a politician. He talked about life. He talked about what you needed to survive. He talked about the mind. He talked about the soul, the heart. He talked about hate. He talked about love. Politicians don't really do that. Politicians don't talk about hate. All they talk about is how they can stop it, which is funny to me. They don't talk about it, but you think you can stop it. You can't stop something you don't address properly. And that's why it's a need for what I call national leaders. Like, to me, Malcolm X and Martin Luther King Jr., the greatest leader of all times for America, they were national leaders. They were not politicians. They talked about what humans needed, the wiring of humans. That's what they talked about. That was their position. They were not meant to be a president. They were not meant to be a leader over the whole country like that in that position, in that kind of situation. And so when you understand who you are or what you have, then it can be properly positioned within the community, and you can stop trying to make it a president or a king or something. That's not what they're meant to be. And we need national leaders for Black people and white people. The problem is, in America, we just don't have Black people that are trusted to be national leaders, and we don't have white people that are trusted to be national leaders. If we have a national leader for only white people, then people will feel, and some Black people may feel intimidated by that. Okay, there's another national leader for talking to only white people. We got to check that out. Vice versa. You see somebody that's Black talking to Black people, oh, we got to check that out. And that's the problem that we have. That's the problem we have. But that's what we need. We need national leaders to white people, Black people, Mexican people, and Latino, Puerto Rican people. And because it's just something, they understand each other. They understand each other's needs. They understand each other's history, things that I don't even know. You know, a Mexican will know about their history, you know, and they'll be able to incorporate that as far as like where to go from there, you know, and are upholding that history and how to uphold that history. And so only a Mexican national leader can do that for Mexicans. I can't do that for Mexicans. but I can be high ranking enough in America to be a national leader for everyone. However, I mean, I guess that's the rankings. You know, you got one that would be a national leader, which would be over all the races and able to address being here in America and being able to address the overall American community. Then you would have national leaders that are able to address each race. And it's necessary because a president can't do it. He just cannot do it. And that's what everyone is hungering for. That's what everyone wants. We all want national leaders. We all do, and that's what we thirst for. People to touch on our needs, to touch. White people need it too. They need a national white leader. But the problem is, particularly here in America, he or she will have a struggle with being um, pulled over to racism. So if you get a nice rap national leader that's just for white people, which they need that too, what happens is some people will come in and influence that person to to fulfill the needs for white supremacists, especially if they talk about white needs, especially if they talk about white issues. Same thing with blacks. If you have someone that's black that comes in, the first thing they want to do is almost make them like a Black Panther. And that's not how it's supposed to go. It hasn't been effective in the past, has it? It's not going to work. And we can't practice insanity. Sometimes it's just not going to work. So, but we have to have national leaders. We have that has to happen, and because really, if people are honest with themselves, that's what they want to hear from the president. When they hear him speak, any president speak, you're ready to hear something profound for the people. You're ready to hear something life-changing for the community. But it's not his position. His position is to address laws, and he governs from the highest place, which is just like, okay, send martial law to this city, that city, right? And he's not going to address the wiring of the community and how they're getting along and what the real politics are there. That's not going to be addressed. He's just going to do it he's just going to make decisions in a matter of fact type of way. That's what he's going to do. That's what he's going to do. So that's what you have to understand. He deals with laws foundationally. That's what a president deals with. That's what the government deals with. So he can't deal. He can give you. He can say you can do this, you can do that, you can do this, but then he can't really address the behavior of the people, the emotional, the human science of the community, and the different cultures and the subcultures. He can't address the subcultures of the community. He doesn't have the time. He doesn't really have the time. So what you're really hungering for is what we had with Martin Luther King Jr. and Malcolm X. These two particulars were national leaders. They were not presidents. They were never a president. So, and they were successful being who they were. So they were not presidents, but they were successful being who they were. To me, then we have to define what they actually were then. They were national leaders. And what I've come to conclude, like I said, is that every race in America needs national leaders. The Asians need them too. They need people to understand their needs and where they are here in America. They need a leader for them. and on and on and on. Every race you could think about. That's what we all need. That's what we hunger for. We hunger to be understood properly. We hunger to have our emotional needs met as well as our financial needs and all of those needs. But we really hunger for our all these our 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 wiring to be addressed as human beings. We hunger for that. We hunger for that. And that's why you have human nature and behavior out of whack right now. Well, human behavior out of whack because there's no national leaders. There's no one to address the human wiring of the people. No one's addressing it. There's no one there. And that's why you have people killing each other. That's why the community has been killing each other for years because there's no national leaders. People were so scared of Martin Luther King Jr. and Malcolm X. That's why I'm not going to say it's an excuse at all because racism was the real reason. It was also fear because they didn't know what they were. They thought they were going to take over. They were national leaders. They were meant to address the emotional, the human science part of society. And if the people would have understood that, they would have understood well, they're not going to take over. They're going to pop into this position, lock into this position to help the overall human science health of the people. And now you see why we have so much pain and destruction because we never recovered and no one allowed national leaders. They were scared of them. They're still scared because